Hey everyone, and welcome back to another week of Shiggles. I am that guy Rickster,
Hi, Darian here, guys.
and let's do the weekly checkup. How was your week?
I had a better week. It started out really good.
Uh huh.
Um, of course, whenever I have problems with my week, it's always some shit with work. But
Yeah,
but it was alright. How about you?
my week was okay.
Just dry. My week was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad week, and it wasn't a good week. It was just okay. When you people always say nonchalant, but you're never just like chalant. It was
Okay.
just okay.
All
There's
right.
not much to say really. But yeah, it was an okay week. That's as much as I can say.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But anyway, this week's topic seemed to have you very excited. So would you want to tell the people what this week's topic is?
I did not say that. I just say it sounds like an interesting topic.
You
But
seemed
it's
very excited, but it's okay.
oh my god, calm down. I just got back from the gym and in a good mood. Like relax. Get your panties out of a bunch. But
I'm very relaxed.
well, congratulations. All right.
Thank you.
So this week, can you stop fucking coming for me? Like the
I'm
hell?
not covered for you though. I'm being myself. I'm being nice.
You being an ass.
I mean, you don't know kindness. You don't know someone being nice to you. You're not used to that. Okay.
Not in that tone.
Oh,
Try that with
okay.
somebody else. But anyways, this week's topic is the sex was good to them, but it wasn't good to you. Things you lie about during the nasty.
Things you lie about. ah, ah,
I mean,
well, let's get into
well,
it.
let's get into it. No, by this time we've all established that we're all adults. We all have sex or
Can you
do
stop
some
talking
sort of
away from the
nas.
mic, please?
Oh, I'm
Keep your
sorry.
mouth to the mic. Thank you. Listen, me have to edit this. I may need to work with I need to work with the audio and it's work good. So please talk to the mic. Sure, don't look for me so. Backside.
So in those moments where because let's be real, sometimes you find someone attractive, like you meet someone, the person's attractive, the physical aspect is there. It's
Yeah.
all there. So it's nothing with the physical aspects. Because if you're having sex with someone who you're not physically attracted to, then I really don't know why
Why are you
or
doing
what
it?
you or what you expect. But of course, a person is physically attractive and all of that. But the sex just isn't given.
So what do you do in
It's
those
just
moments?
it's
Because
just
I'm
kind of
assuming this
dry. But
has happened to you before.
I mean, it has happened to me. I'm not gonna lie. I think this has happened to everyone,
Of course,
but
I think everyone has
um,
had this happen to them at least once.
once, probably multiple times. But I mean, I'm not going to embarrass the person. I mean, I have heard stories, or I have seen
I
people
mean, you
say
don't
things,
need
and
to
you're
say
like,
the
okay,
name.
why the hell would I do that?
Some people
Why
would.
would I do that? But anyways, I have seen people who are like, oh, I'm just like, okay, all right. They just find some excuse that they have to stop, and or some people continue. But in my case, I mean, of course, I'm not gonna want the person to feel bad. But
Okay.
in my
You're
mind, I'm
like
like,
me. Just get this
yeah,
over
honey,
with.
no, this is never going to happen again. Let's just get this over with. Or, but you're just like, this is a one and done.
I can't
Um,
laugh.
there's no further stops on the road, so let me just hop off right here, and
No going back.
I'm not taking this taxi again. But it has happened. But I'm the sort of person where I'm not gonna make you feel bad. Like I'm not going to act any different.
Uh huh.
Well, so I think, because the way my body respond or
Or
my
your
demeanor
face.
is, or my face, or my face, um, you might be able to tell, but who knows? But I've had situations or cases before where this sex just isn't given, but this person is clearly having the time of their life, and
Right?
afterwards you're like, I'm not you saying right. And then they're like, let's do.
No, because
They're like,
I can legit remember one experience like that that stands out in my mind every time, every the moment you brought it up, which is why I was like, okay, let's not go. Because this was years ago when I was much younger. Um, Me and this guy we were like hooking up. I don't really do hookups, but that time, when you meet somebody and you're like, oh, we're probably gonna like try it out and see how things go and blah blah blah. So that was the essence of us getting together. But then we eventually got to the point where like we're going to do the do. And this is why we said a couple episodes ago that it's important to do it with to have sex before you decide to go
so
any
you
further
know
because you
exactly
know
what you're
exactly what you're
getting from
getting
this
into.
person.
Don't be shocked
Hmm
6 months down the road to a year down the road when
You
you're
shocked?
just finding out this is just not giving. But anyway, so we met up and they were just very loud for one. Like there's nothing wrong with being loud, but it's just
But super like extra, like
how
you're like,
loud
I'm
they
not doing
were.
all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and not only that, and don't get me wrong, you don't need to be having sex for like an hour, 5 hours for it to be good. But this didn't even last 5 minutes. And I'm like,
Ooh.
that's it. Okay, cool. I didn't even finish. Like, oh,
Okay.
okay.
I guess
So
that's
this
what that
never
is
happened
like.
again. And it never
It's
did.
clearly not
'Cause,
gonna work.
yeah. Like, what the fuck? First of all, you're loud. And then, two, does boop boop say done? No. So it just never worked. It was, and also just like a jackhammer. I mean, you can
Oh,
like calm down a little bit, just chill, something. No little romance, no nothing.
no
It
little
was
kissing,
right.
nothing.
It was just not what it was supposed to be.
Sexual experiences like that usually make me feel just like a slaughter, like a whore that's peddling my way on the side of the streets because it's just like, damn, no kissing, no
Yeah, it was just
foreplay, no touching of the nipples, no rubbing up nothing, no. It's just very like bam, 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 and be done
mm-hmm.
with it. And I'm just like, yeah, no. And it's usually, for me, it's usually, I know some people are like, oh, kissing is sacred and doing this and da da da. Da. But I'm just like, if you don't do certain things, it automatically it's like it's a point system for
It
me,
just
and it's
doesn't
like
go.
points just be deducting, and it's just like
Yeah,
the
and
more
then
things you don't do is like the more I'm just like, yeah, this is not happening again. I'm always shocked when these same people are just like, oh, let's do this again, and I'm like, they be hitting you up, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to
no,
experience that again.
because it just wasn't what it was supposed to be. And I've never understood
Exactly.
people who are like, "Oh, kissing is too intimate, so sex is not as intimate
Isn't
as
intimate.
kissing."
Exactly. That's
You
more.
eating someone's ass is not as
Ass
intimate
isn't
as
exactly.
kissing. Okay, cool.
But
All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
this happened to me maybe like, let's say 8 9 months ago, right?
So
I met
recent. Mine was
this.
years ago.
What the hell? Anyways, so this was someone that physically, when
Yeah.
I saw this person, I was like, oh damn,
Like
this
swooned.
is, yeah. I'm like physically like everything, the ass, the face, the lips, the body, everything. Physically,
Yeah.
there's no flaws. And I'm like, okay, this is about to be real good.
You see,
If I
you
should
set up
rate
yourself
it
for
out of
disappointment.
if I should rate this out of a 10, looking
Yeah.
back, I probably give it a 3. This person was very
Yeah.
controlling.
Oh.
Kiss me like this, don't touch me like this, touch me here, don't do this. And I was just like,
Yeah, that's a turn off. Just enjoy the moment. Come on.
it was a lot. It was a whole lot. And after all of that, like I'm cringing, every time they open their mouths or whatever, and I'm just like, all right, let's just
Just wrap it up.
automatically the person didn't look attractive to me anymore. But and this was mid doing the do. I was like, they just did not look attractive anymore. And like the Eiffel Tower just went whoop.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa
Just went whoop.
just
I
dropped
was
down.
laying flat. Was laying flat. And like after everything and like this person finally came and everything, they were just like, oh, that was so good and whatever, let's do this again. And I was just like,
And it's always
to
them.
you, to you. I was like,
It's
to
always them.
you, to
Want to do it
you. And
again.
like they've messaged me multiple times, and I was just like, I always pull the folder out for the excuses because I'm like, yeah, I'm not going through that again. You having sex with someone, like
So wait,
consistently
what's the
coaching the
excuse that you
person.
give when they hit you up to say let's do it again?
I'm at work. I'm
I'm between
busy.
phones.
I'm. You have that little folder of excuses that you give to people when you really
Uh-huh.
don't want to see them again or hang out again. It was all of them things, and like, but I mean, for me, that's like one of the experiences I've had.
Yeah.
No, a recurrent experience that I have, with some people is just that some people just can't get me to finish.
Oh.
So the sex is good and everything, but I mean, I guess it's just a feeling that comes from them,
Yeah.
not their attractiveness, nothing like that. The feeling that comes from the whole, and just can't get me the
Okay. I see where you're going with this.
and
Keep
it just can't get me
okay.
the finish. So it's just like the sex is good, but I'm just like something about the way their whole feels. It's just the cum just ain't coming, baby.
Please explain that. Like, what is this
The
feeling?
I don't know how to describe it, and I
Like too
people used to say like
loose,
different.
ran through,
I wouldn't
as you
want to
like to
say all
say.
of that. I
Oh,
wouldn't
so
want to
you
say
are
all
saying
of
that, but
that,
just not all that. Okay, cool.
but not all of that. I don't know. Someone has specifically said to me that um different asses, different vaginas feel different,
Yeah,
and
because it's somebody
they're
else.
like, yeah, from person to person. And I guess for me, it's that I have met people before where we're doing the do, and immediately I started like the feeling of wanting, and this isn't because like
I know what you mean.
I'm excited or anything like that, but immediately you can feel the rush or the
Oh, yeah.
feeling of wanting to orgasm
Especially when they
be like
clench.
right there. Right, but then some people is just like no matter who I'm going and I'm clapping and the church is clapping and the choir is praising, nothing is coming, no feeling is coming. So in this
Have I
case,
ever had that?
no, no, I'm the sort of person I can go on and on and on
I
with
know
no
some
off
people listening to
switch.
this might just like what you just said, but okay, keep going.
With no off switch, right?
Now,
But of course, I'm not gonna be doing this. So I'm just like, that's
yeah,
when
I don't think I've ever
you
had
fake the
that.
orgasm. That's when I have to fake come. I really have to fake come, and I'm just
Yeah,
like,
I just simply say I'm tired. Let's continue this another time.
I mean, for some people, I have told them that listen, like, I'm not gonna come right now. There's nothing I'll do. I will come. But for some people, I'm just like they're begging for the come so much
Yeah,
that you can't cop out because it's like they're gonna want it in somewhere
yeah,
form, and
but
I'm
then
just
when you
like,
fake it, then what? How do they? Because that's what they're
you fake it
craving.
inside of them.
God, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I would know. I would know if I was on the receiving end. I
That's
would
why I'm
know.
saying, how do they not know?
I mean, I
Because
don't know if they know, but it's never
that's
been brought up.
weird. That is
But
weird.
yeah,
Because you should
and I'm
know.
like, I guess, but then afterwards you're like, we should do this again, blah blah blah, whatever. In some cases, like if I like the person enough, or like this person is attractive enough, or like as I said, like it was good. It's just that it
It
wasn't good
just wasn't
enough.
given.
It wasn't good enough to have me over the edge. Like I would tell a
Yeah.
little white lie
Because when you do,
and fake a performance, an Oscar-worthy performance.
you look so pleased with yourself right now. You look so pleased with yourself.
But yeah. So in cases like that,
Yeah, because even when you do find the person that when you do enter, you are just over the moon. It everybody, as the person said to you, they do feel different because everybody is different.
Mhm.
Yeah, and some
Mhm.
people just know what to do to get you off when you're there.
Or maybe it's just their anatomy. Because I mean,
That too,
I guess
because
their thing is just designed differently, so it just give a different feeling. Like
I
genetically designed
I
differently.
can speak for myself. I've had sex with someone before where when you just don't want to leave,
Oh,
but you
you
just
don't want to
don't
live
want
in
to
there.
come out. Yes. Like because when their body like tenses up, there's like a grip that happens, and that is you just do it all day. Keep doing that. Like, just tense all the time. That is amazing. So yeah, memories. Mm.
And let me say, I do not condone ghosting. I do not condone ghosting at all.
Oh,
But there's no way for you to tell someone who really enjoyed something, but you didn't enjoy it as much or not at all. There's no real way to say, I'm sorry, the
oh,
sex just wasn't given.
I'm going to tell you another story. I know this person is not listening to this.
But
I'm
there's
going to
no.
tell you. I just got something just came to mind
this
when
make
you
me
said
sound.
that.
This
No,
makes me
finish,
sound
finish, and then
mean.
I'll tell you mine.
But this make me sound mean. But realistically, there's no real way to come across and tell someone that you know the sex just wasn't given.
Yeah,
And sometimes you just have to play hide and seek and whatever until this person gets the message that this is not going to happen again.
yeah, and then just
Maybe
leave you
not
alone.
immediately disappear, but just like, oh,
Just let
the
let it
always busy
fade,
side of thing.
dwindle
Yeah,
away.
until it fades. But there's no real reason to say. And I mean, who wants to hear from someone, oh my God, the sex was so bad?
So
I would absolutely
I like to
cry.
spare people's feelings, right? Just like you. I'm a nice person. Very nice.
Are you?
Yes, I am. Again, this was years ago. And
Mhm.
we didn't have sex, but they were going down on me, like they were giving me head, right? And they thought they were killing it, but it was so painful, and I had to like tell them to stop, and then we just like jerked off and like came over, and they're like, "Oh, that was so good," blah blah, whatever, blah blah. We didn't do anything physically after that because even we just decided to just be friends, and we became very good friends. And it wasn't until like years later, like years, we were talking one day and they brought up the whole thing, and I said to them, because at this point we're friends, we can talk openly about things. So I said to them, to be honest, it hurt. It was painful. I did not enjoy it. And they're like, so you could have said something to me long time. Imagine all these years. I thought I was killing it when we met the first time. I was like, well, I didn't know what to say in the moment, but I wasn't enjoying it. But, I mean, you asked, you brought it up, and at this point, we're friends. I can be honest with you, and we laughed about it and we moved on because at this point, we're really good friends.
Because I mean,
But so awkward.
after, and this is very indicative of like how something actually went, and it's something that I observe, right? When you
Yeah.
really had truly great sex with someone, y'all talk about it the next day or maybe like the next minute or 5 minutes, whether in person or through text or whatever.
Or weeks later,
Like
you
you're
keep talking about it.
like you're replaying a movie,
Hmm.
right? So there's no at that particular point you truly know like it was good to both of y'all. So there's no need for one to lie or the other to lie,
This is
right?
not the topic for us to talk
Because
about today because
what
I
do
will
you
tell you
mean?
off air. I will tell you off air.
But yeah, like you guys talk about it like it's a movie. The next day at
Yeah.
work, you're still thinking about it. Y'all still
Mm-hmm.
talking about it, replaying, and you say, "Oh, but when you did this, and I like it when
Mm-hmm.
you this," and you're like, "Oh, I like it when you did this," and keep doing this like this, and next time do this like this, and that's when you know it's truly good. And I like
And you're
experiences
looking
like that
forward to the
because
next time.
right, I like experiences like that because you just getting downright and nasty in the text and just reminiscing on the show, the Oscar worthy performance that y'all just put on in the bed. So if this
You want this
person
Oscar
isn't
worthy
really,
performance.
I mean, sex is also an art, is a performance.
Yes, it
So
is.
I mean, so I mean, if it is that, and whether it's a hookup or if this is someone like a fuck buddy or whatever, like if this
Are you in
person
a
isn't
relationship?
like have it true. If well, I'd like to think that you guys are sexually compatible if y'all are
Yeah,
actually in a relationship. So
exactly.
it should be pretty normal that that's what the sex is like. But if this person isn't having like this full blown conversation with you the next day about all of this and all of that, it might have just been a hit and go for them and it wasn't really that much. And even though you're swooning over it, the other person is just like, okay, well,
When there's
that could
mutual
have stayed.
swooning, that's when you know it's good.
That's when you know you
Yeah,
100% know. And I love those moments because there's a few people that I'm
same
thinking about
here.
right now that like
See, that's why I'm saying we shouldn't be talking because I am thinking things
yeah,
and having memories.
because there's like a few people that I'm thinking about like
Ooh,
fireworks always fly. Let's
yeah,
maybe meet up sometime.
yeah.
But that's TMI. That's TMI. That's TMI. I've been
After
putting
all you
too much
said,
of
this
my
is
life.
TMI. This,
I've been
that just
putting
now was
I've
TMI.
been putting
Okay.
so much of my life out there in these episodes. I forgot that people
And the
actually
people are
listen to these.
listening.
Yeah, and
I will,
commenting too.
I will be getting texts.
Not the text message.
Just so you know.
if if I could block you right now or just disconnect this whole. Anyways, let's
And that's
let's
the funny thing.
let's.
I'm not getting texts about me. I'm getting texts about you. So
I know because people for where and let me just sidetrack a little bit, but people react. I don't know what is it with me, but most of the times, like I post the clips and shit like that, people always be reacting or giving their 2 cents to me.
mhm.
The
I
feedback is
wonder
appreciated.
why.
Let me just say. I mean, have you seen me? Anyways.
God. I cannot stand you sometimes. So full of it. Anyway,
Anyways,
we move.
back to the topic. Yeah, back to the topic at hand. So this is what I want to think about. I don't even really want to bring this up, but maybe it was good to you, but it wasn't good to them.
Oh, like
Now
the
you
flip
see.
side.
But now you see. I'm a very self-aware person. I'm a very self-aware person. But when it comes to me, what are you looking around? But when
No,
it
I
comes to
thought
me,
I heard
oh,
something outside the
but when it
door.
comes to me, I've never had a bad review. And then they always want to come back. So I don't even want to think of. Let's not even go there. They always want to come back.
Unless they were lying, I don't know, but I've never had any complaints. Just saying, I haven't.
But I'm thinking about it. The fact that
In
we
both
lie to
ways,
people, the
topping
fact
or
that we lie to
bottoming.
people, yeah, the fact that we lie to people could also lie to us too.
That's what I'm saying. Unless they were
But I
lying,
don't want
I've
to.
never
But
had
I don't want to
complaints.
entertain the thought. But the fact of the matter is that they have come back again and again and again. So I don't think they were lying. They were lying.
I've had good reviews. Yeah, just saying.
But
Not
anyways,
tooting my own horn. I don't want to sound like a conceited bitch, but I
I
have
mean, it's okay to be a little bit
had good
confident.
reviews. Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes you have to, you know, tell a little white lie here or there, fake a little cum here or there, something. I don't know. Sometimes it's just not given, and some people just aren't aware. They don't have any skills, or they have
Sometimes they're
skills
just
but they
not
just don't do certain
compatible.
things.
I also remember,
That
like,
too.
again, years ago. Oh, God. So I met this guy. And of course, again, we're talking like, oh, yeah, let's see where this goes, blah, blah, blah. And I think we were talking for like 2 or so months. And then I decided, okay, you're home. I'll come over and we can hang out. I'll spend the night, blah, blah, blah. So at the time, it was around the time when I was mostly identifying as like a bottom because I didn't talk much back then. I don't
Don't you
remember
still
why.
identify as a bottom though?
No, right now I would say I'm more verse top because I do prefer topping. I
The
enjoy
lies
topping.
bottoms tell, but
No,
anyways.
honestly, I do enjoy topping. Love it. I don't like bottoming as much, not just because of how much it takes to do it, but it doesn't it doesn't feel as good to me as when I'm topping, if that makes sense. I just prefer topping. But anyway, not saying I would never bottom again, but I at this point, if I'm going to be having sex with somebody, I'm leaning more towards topping. But anyway, so yeah, we're at his house, however, and I'm not a size queen. I'm not. Right? You know how some people, the bigger the better? For
Are you
me, the
not
more
real? Are you
average.
not though?
No, I'm not. I'm really
Not
not.
the more average.
The more average, the better. But this was just too average. It was below average. And I just couldn't do anything with it. So I'm like, oh, cute. So again, we just jerked off and then I left because like, yeah. We made out, we played with each other, and then I left. Cause if you're going to be, I do not. I personally don't think I have a huge dick. But if we're going to be having sex and you want to top me, your dick should not be 3 times smaller than mine, and mine is
Not
not
three
that big.
times.
Exactly. I couldn't even. You want something to grip. There was nothing to grip, so it was just not going to work out. So yeah, I don't think I ever mentioned to him that's the reason why. Like it just like faded out, and
Same body too small.
yeah, it l- and yeah, no, it was just wasn't going to work. Mm-mm. Was that sad? And he was cute. He was nice, very nice guy. But yeah, yeah. I don't know what to say. Just wasn't going to work. Yeah.
So that
In
happens too, and
in
which is one
recent
of the
years, as I
reason.
said, I haven't had any complaints. So
Wait, so didn't you ask to see like pictures before?
I don't remember.
Cause how you end up in a
No, I
situation
really
like that?
don't. I really don't remember. And this was, as I said, like years ago, before when I lived, when I li- where you met, where we met. We remember where I lived
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Constant.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, so you know how
You
long
live
that
on Constant
was.
Spring, and I live on.
Constant Spring. So you know
I
how
think I
long
lived
that
in Meadowbrook
was.
at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That was
See,
like
wait,
2015.
around that time. Yep,
Yeah,
long time.
that's
I
like
don't
10 years ago.
remember
The hell? Damn,
where we
I've known
said.
you for a long time.
Yes,
It's
we
about to be
have.
10 years next year.
Yes, we have. Yeah, like I do,
Hmm.
did. Were we sending photos? I don't remember if we did. I really don't.
Let, let me say this. I gotta know. I gotta know. You have to send me a picture. At least you have to send me some sort of picture, some sort of updated picture. And it's for several reasons. Not just the whole aspect of the size or whatever it is. But like people have things like warts and bumps and all them things. Like I have to ensure that visually it looks okay. Also, some penis, some ass is just ugly. So like I need to see to ensure that it looks really like really okay. This
God,
is
if you're
something that's going
busy.
to go. This is something that's probably gonna
Please
go in
come
my
down,
mouth,
yeah.
or I'm gonna put something somewhere. I need to see how it looks. That is the first test, because people be having warts and bumps and certain things that I'm not attracted to or into.
That
Also, like
sounds
even
terrible.
though people put these beads or these things underneath the skin, things like that I'm not attracted to. So you've never seen them put
Beads?
like beads like under the skin
No.
of their, like it's actually inside. You've
Oh my
never.
gosh,
Do a
no,
quick
I've never
Google
seen
search.
that.
So do a
How
quick
many
Google
people, you
search.
know, Google will damage me. I'm not doing that.
So it's just like
I
things
will.
like that I'm not into at all. And it's just like it's a requirement for me. If I met you online, you gotta send me some sort of nudes. The
Yeah.
only difference might be if if maybe we met up at a party or like at a lime or something where
But you
the
know, people can
situation
still lie
call
with
for
that.
that. Which I mean, you're true, but I mean, like, I think I'm an expert enough to know if the body parts match, the skin color match, all of that match. You're not gonna catfish me with no nudes. That shit not gonna work. So
Guess what? So a friend of mine did that. This was again. All this is coming to me from like years ago. He was talking to this dude online, and the guy asked him for photos. He googled pics of somebody else's dick and sent it to the guy, and the guy was like, "I know whose dick that is. You don't need to lie." And of course, him stopped talking to him.
also, but things like that also affect you, not as you said earlier, not really enjoying it as much as they do too, because pictures lie. And I
Yeah.
just posted a story on my Instagram about people not be looking like themselves in the pictures or whatever. People, I realize that some people are experts at trickery when
Oh
it comes to
yes.
taking pictures of themselves,
Mm-hmm.
nudes and stuff like that. So it
Angles
looks
and lighting.
good, right? It looks good. They look good, right, in person, and it's just like with on photos, sorry, and it's just like when you actually meet them in person, it's just like, yeah, you're not giving, this is not giving what I thought it would have been, and it's just like but it's not like I can back out no, because you're already at my apartment, I'm already at your apartment, so
So would you just continue?
I mean, how do you tell a person that, unless it's way extreme, like it's a totally different vibe, then I'll
Yeah.
be like, okay. But I guess because of how I operate when it comes to that, when like meeting people, it's just like certain things are going to happen, like video chats,
Mm-hmm.
updated pictures, maybe me finding your Instagrams, stuff like that. So it's just like I go through this process of elimination to kind of like mitigate those things from happening, but it still has happened before,
Yeah.
and it's
If
just
I meet
like,
someone, I try to
yeah,
find them on every social media platform they're on, just to see if
yeah,
it's consistent.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, things like that. And then I was just like, "Ah, okay." My
So
mind was done already, turned off already, but I still had to commit.
I don't think I could. I really don't. I don't think I could. I would have to leave.
So,
And funny enough, Trixie and Katya, for people who don't know, they're drag queens. They're on Drag Race. So Trixie on their podcast, she was telling this story of hooking up with this guy, and when she got to the guy's house, it wasn't what he said it was, and he wasn't who he said he was either. So Katya was like, "So what? Did you just like continue?" She's like, "No, I left. I told him I don't think this is gonna work," and just left. Sometimes you just have to tell him it's not gonna work and leave. Like,
have I ever done that? I'm
yeah,
really trying to think about if I've ever done that.
have you?
Wait, yes, I
Oh, look
have.
at that.
But this was more extreme though.
Oh,
I was never ever going to put myself in a situation like that. And this was recently.
really?
So
What
I met
happened?
this guy, pretty
Or
attractive,
you're gonna
all of
tell
that,
us? Okay.
whatever. pretty attractive, whatever, whatever. There's certain things that I gotta protect myself from, especially like living here. There's certain
Yeah.
aspects of gay culture and what people do and what people indulge in that I would tell myself that I would never do. I say never because you might eventually start doing some things, but there's certain things that I don't see me doing at all.
Yeah.
Right? I met this guy, whatever, like really attractive, go to the gym, everything. And got to the point and we were about to do whatever, whatever. Yeah, but we are talking first. This guy brought up drugs.
Oh.
So for people who aren't really familiar with the gay scene in big cities in the US or like in New York or something like that, they have particular like code phrases for drugs, like they say PNP, which is party and play, or they say if you party, which is if you do drugs. There's a lot of different terms. The longer you live here, the more you get used to them,
Yeah.
right? And it's very widespread. You'd be shocked like people who you don't think be doing it. But anyways, long story short, that conversation came up. I was just like, oh yeah, honey, no, this is not even going to work because it's like, no,
It's just not for you.
it's not for me. Because I've heard
Yeah.
too many stories of the different ways they do it, putting on their dick, fucking people with coke inside them, like not just sniffing it, all different sort. I'm not even trying to figure that out. And I said this to a friend recently that it's I think, and not just with drugs, I think with certain like kinks and things that people are into, people nowadays they don't ease you into it, right? It's straight off the bat. I'm into this,
Yeah.
like this is what I want. And it makes
Yeah.
me more turned off than if I got to know you. Maybe we did things a couple times. Oh, by the way, I'm also into so and so and I also do so and so. It's easier for me to put it on the side and be just like, okay, that's your thing, that's not my thing. But it's easier for me to still like talk to you because I then
Yeah.
realize that you're
Because
able
at
to
least you've
separate the
gotten to
two.
know the person.
Yeah. But from the onset, you're like throwing these things at me. Oh no, it's not gonna work. It's an
But I
immediately
think it's better
judgment
if you
zone,
tell
and
me
I'm through the
straight up
door.
what you're into, because then I can make a decision if I want to continue or not.
Well, true. But I had that
Yeah.
situation. I was like, yeah, this not gonna work. Bye.
No. So did you ghost him? Or did you tell him straight up no?
I told him straight up no in front of his
Oh
face and
yeah,
walk
yeah.
through the
That's how
door.
we were getting this. Yeah, that's how we
I
got
saw,
here.
I told him straight up walk through the door. Like, no. And
You look so concerned.
I am concerned
You look
because
very
it makes
concerned
you
right
it
now.
makes you realize how many people are like addicts just walking
And they
around.
don't think
Like
they're not, but
they don't think they're addicts, but yeah, you're telling me you can't have a normal sexual experience with just the feelings or attractiveness that you have for someone.
I
You gotta be
I've
high.
been asking this question. Like when did it become like just normal sex is just not good enough? You have to be
Not
doing
good
these,
enough.
and
They gotta
I'm
be
not saying I'm not
high.
kink shaming. I know people have kinks and whatever, but for some people it's just like so extreme. You're just like so just having sex doesn't get you off anymore. Like that's you probably need to talk to someone because that seems like things you need to you need to handle that somehow. Deal with whatever is going
Yeah.
on there.
And in that situation, I'm not trying to even get to the point of finding out if it's good or not. It's a automatic no. I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah,
But
it's just like going to somebody's house and having sex is not good enough anymore. You have to meet in the Walmart parking lot or in the Macy's bathroom or the Chick-fil-A bathroom in the dressing room
right?
somewhere. Like,
It's
come on. And
it's
then when you
crazy.
get caught, you're going to act like, "Oh no, I got caught." Bitch, you shouldn't have been there in the first place. But anyway,
But anyways,
we
with
move.
that said, sometimes it's
Hmm.
good to people, sometimes it's not good to you. The way you approach it, I guess that's depending on the type of person you
You.
are. For me, I'm going to try to, not hurt your feelings because there's no real way to tell someone that the sex was bad. There's no real way. That's something that could probably destroy someone anyway. I'm not trying to be that person.
Yeah,
So
and
I
as I
would say,
said,
yeah,
you try to
lie
be
and be like,
nice.
yeah, it's good too, but just not gonna happen again. Gonna tie you out like goat.
And
Um,
maybe, like me, you become friends with the person, and years later you tell them.
yeah, no. But anyways, with that said,
We have come to the end of another episode of Shiggles. I have been that guy Rickster,
and this was Darian, guys.
and we will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.